Out for an early morning bike ride. Holy cow, we've got some screeching elk going on. Early morning bike rides are the best because you can see the elk and hardly anybody's out here. Yeah, and that big boy's coming this way, so peace out. I'm gone. Oh my gosh. Yep, I gotta get out of here. Elk crossing. Honestly though, I'm a little nervous. The bulls are not messing around this morning. They are angry.
Summer, so by the female. Yeah. I don't think I could ever kill one.
Yeah.
So peaceful. Oh, there's another one.
Phew, lots of elk action this morning. That was crazy. But I figured too it's a good time to give everyone kind of a behind the scenes of that bike ride I took to Sprague Lake yesterday. Yeah, coming down, that was crazy. Let me find a place to park and I'll give you an update. Story time. The other day I rode Wilbury, my bicycle, up to Sprague Lake in Rocky Mountain National Park. So from where I am, I'm equal distance from the Beaver Meadows entrance and the Fall River entrance. I have been riding the bike more so up to the Fall River entrance, so I've been really comfortable doing that. So I just thought I'd go out of my comfort zone and try to ride up to Sprague Lake, and I did it. It was definitely a harder trek. It's a mile longer to get from, so when I go to the Fall River side, I go to Sheep Lakes. So going on the Beaver Meadow side, I was headed up to Sprague Lake. Really, I'm trying to see a bull moose. I've seen a lot of cow and calves, which is always wonderful to see. I love seeing any wildlife, but I just haven't seen the bull yet with their big racks. So I was trying to see a bull moose. Sprague Lake, it's a mile longer of a trek, and it's a little bit higher in elevation by, I think, 150 feet. So it's a little bit higher and a little bit longer. And not only that, but there's more dips and valleys, which it took me longer to get up to the lake, and it definitely took me longer getting back down because it's slow going up these steep hills and then down and then another hill. Whereas Fall River, when I go to Sheep Lakes, it's a little bit less of elevation and it's all uphill getting there, but when I'm heading back, it's all downhill. So it's a very quick return back into town. It was actually Monday afternoon and early evening when I was going up to Sprague Lake, and the traffic just astounded me. Like, I know the national park is busy, but for a Monday night, it was insane. I usually try to film more to get more of a video, but it was another hot, dry day. I just took my time getting there, and I had to stop at the backcountry office for something. So I just took my time, and then, yeah, eventually got there through all the heat, the dryness, the traffic, and yeah, there was a massive elk herd that I kind of showed at the beginning of that film, but then heading back, oh my gosh, it was a whole nother thing. It definitely took me longer to get back down. I left a little too late, I think, too. So as it was getting dark, there was so much traffic. One lady and her husband, I think they stopped and offered me a ride. They had a pickup truck. They said, do you want to ride back into town? And I don't know, I think this is the Gen X in me. I was just like, nah, I got this. Which honestly, I'm glad for it. You know, people reach out to me and they offer help, and you know, I'm always tempted. Aren't we always tempted? But now that it's all over, I'm so glad that I didn't, because I would not have seen the things that I saw. I wouldn't have experienced coming down out of the national park through an elk herd and traffic. It was really cool. It was so cool. I'm glad I did it. But with that being said, for safety reasons, I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to stick to the Fall River side. By the time I got to the ranger station where they let you in during the day, it was completely dark. Now, with that being said, I was okay because I was prepared for it. I have my gear. I had my pink reflector suspenders. I had my headlamp. I had my headlights on the bike. I had my backlight. I have my reflectors on the wheels. I had my bags with reflectors on them. So I'm like a Christmas tree traveling down the road. Everybody sees me. It was dark as I got to the ranger station, and I'm in all this traffic. And as I passed the station, then you're looking down, and then it was at the spot where I had seen that big herd of elk. Well, they weren't in that pasture anymore. They were in and next to the road, and this is rut season, so there were bull elk on the right screaming at the bull elk on the left, and literally hundreds of cars stopped in the dark trying to see the elk and watch out for the elk. And then there were a bunch of rangers out there with those glow in the dark. They had all their reflector material on. They had their glow in the dark sticks, waving it like you see at the airport, the airport guys directing the airplanes. That's kind of what they had. So it was really cool to see. And then the rangers were looking out for me. They're like, okay, come now, go right down the middle of the road, don't stop, just keep going. And then there was a big bull elk right to the left of me, and right as I passed him, he screamed in my ear, and I was like, oh my gosh. But it was kind of scary but so cool at the same time. It was a hard bike ride up to Sprague Lake, and I did not get to see my bull moose that time, but it's okay. It was so worth it. I loved seeing the cow moose play in the water. I've never seen that before. It was really cool, and just everything I saw and experienced on the way down, it was great. But like I said, not going to do that again, going back to Fall River. My chance of seeing the bull moose at Sheep Lakes is pretty good. So I just got to keep going back and trying to see them. So I'm going to try to do that at least once this week. Definitely next week. I'm going to head up early. I'll probably do the sunrise bike ride up to Sheep Lakes again. And one thing about the Fall River side is that it's so pretty up there, and there's hardly any people. And I get it, because everybody goes to the Beaver Meadows entrance because you have more access to different areas of the park. Fall River is it's a connection to Fall River Road and eventually Trail Ridge Road. And there is a little bit of hiking on that side, but not much. So that's why there's less traffic over on that side. But hey, I'm all about it. I love it. And when I need to make a quick getaway, it's just so much easier to cruise right back into town. So that's my plan moving forward for the next month. All right, I got up early, did another sunrise bicycle ride. Definitely got to see some amazing elk rut action. Man, what a great morning. Great way to start the day. Get outside, get some exercise. Right now, I'm gonna go back and find myself some coffee. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.